cool out. Okay, so this last episode of Crazy in Love season 2 picked up just where it left off last week. They were at the doctor's office, figuring out how far along Chrisean was and doing a DNA test. Now, when the episode started, they were all outside. Chrisean's mom was trying to get to Blueface to let him know that the baby was too big for her to go through with an AB. Chrisean was trying to stop her mom from talking to Blue, but she wasn't trying to have that. Like, you could tell tempers were high, emotions were running high. Like, this, it seemed like it was a very stressful situation. Now, one thing I can appreciate about Chrisean's mom, regardless to if she's on any substance, if she drinks a little too much, when you actually listen to the woman, she makes a lot of sense. She seems to be filled with a lot of wisdom, and it's almost like right message, wrong messenger. But I'm one who takes messages. If it's a good message, I could probably take it from anybody. I can listen, right? I can absorb the information and take it in. Everybody seems to be looking at Chrisean like she's the baby, because I think she's the baby of the family, or she's the baby girl of the family. And it seemed like they all have her best interest at heart in some capacity. But of course, by her being in love with Blueface, she doesn't want to hear any of that. So then they go straight to a performance after leaving the doctor's office at the high school. These people don't change clothes. They don't go take a shower. They do nothing. They just, okay, we from here to here. And they just get to work. The performances they were cute. One thing I did notice is the support. While Chrisean was doing her performance, Blueface was just sitting on the side, chilling. You know, he wasn't bopping to her music much. He wasn't out there trying to hype her up. And the kids, they enjoyed it. Now, when it was Blueface's turn to perform, kids were out of the stands. Chrisean was on the floor. She was singing, rapping along. She was recording. She was hype. She was amping him up. And that was a big difference for me. Like, how you see her support him is not how he support her. He did post a tweet earlier that day that he would rather get money with his pen than by himself. It's boring getting money by himself. And I feel like he care about her, but I don't think he care about her to the level that she cares for him. I think with him is money motivated. Is money driven. Like, he can really get money with Chrisean. He can't do that with Stu. Stu, he ain't bringing in no bag. But the support was a lot different. When they got to the scene where they were supposed to be having a family dinner, Chrisean's family was inside. They were cooking, kind of arguing, but eating. Blueface's mom was outside. Child, what kind of little bitty Hyundai that was? That was a cute little car. It looked like something my mama would like. I like a full compact, like a full car. I love Chevys. I love Chevrolets, Malibus, Impalas. Like, I just love a good Chevy. That car was so little bitty and tiny, and that woman was scared to go in that house, honey. She said, that woman sat outside. That woman said, no, I'm not going in there. And they said she sat outside for a whole hour. Didn't go in, didn't speak, no nothing. And she kept it pushing. She went on by her business. Now, when they did the lie detector scene, and I'm probably all off sequence how this show aired, but I'm getting to the points that, you know, I can recollect. Now, when they did the scene with the lie detector test, they were like kids, where Chrisean was like a giddy little child. And the questions that she were asking Blueface, you could tell the difference in the dynamic of the relationship by the questions that they asked. She was asking him questions about being a family, you know, creating a family with her, how much he loved her. Could he see himself, you know, without her in his life? Whereas he wanted to know straight sex, like, have you been sleeping with anybody? Do you have any doubt that this is my baby? Can I trust you? Like, it is so awkward, the difference of of the questioning that they had, she was more so on the I want to be with you side. I want to know if you want to be with me too. Whereas he was asking like, who you been laying up with? And it seemed like Chrisean, I'm not sure if it was because she was nervous and she was just laughing. I'm not sure if she was trying to fail that test. But baby, she failed. And she failed miserably. And that pissed Blueface off. Going into the next episode for next week or this week, whichever week. This next episode, he seems to be pissed with her. He's upset. He's mad about these answers, and then we're getting down to the throwing in your face of the what I've done for you. Who made you? What would you be without me? And this is that type of stuff that I hate. Like, if you're going to help me, don't throw it in my face, unless I am just being ungrateful, unappreciative, and I'm making you feel like everything that you've done for me was just, unneeded, unwanted. This relationship is so toxic. And I said it once and I'm going to say it again. I would be glad when they both get to the place of being mature young adults. These children are being born, brought into the situation. You can't have kids raising kids. Because when you have kids raising kids, then you get monsters. You get a menace to society, and we don't need that. Especially not another black child. So, I'm interested in seeing the next episode, even though we know how this ended up. We see what's going on now. But it's interesting to see what happened along the way that got them here to this point. Yeah. So we're going to keep our eyes and ears open and wait for this next episode, y'all.